Conservative ladies who like Trump and want to be married, this video is for you. I just made a video for the girls who don't like Trump and how they can go about navigating dating in these times. So if you're one of those girls, go check that video. Some great tips in there. Now, this video is for the girls who do like him. If you're not for him, you're not against him, you're just here on the planet, you don't care, let me know and I will make a video for you. If you're just in general feeling overwhelmed and confused and really curious how to go about dating in these very charged times, right? If you're in that group, please comment below so that you don't forget to do it by the time we get to the end, okay? So conservative girlies, Trump girlies are probably feeling really good right now, right? But I know that some of y'all are still chronically single and I want to see you married. I want to see you in a home with a man who treasures and worships the ground you walk on and provides for your family and makes you feel emotionally safe, okay? So first things, I want you really focused on knowing that just because a guy voted for Trump and he says he's looking for marriage and a family does not automatically mean he's a good guy. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a good husband, or at least the husband that you want. I know you know this already, but I want to remind you because this is a really charged time, and it's probably going to be a really charged time for the next few years. Trump is who he is, and as we all know, he loves the show. So there's going to be a big show for the next few years, and so you're going to see a side of men who voted for Trump that you haven't seen in the last few years. The data shows that a large number of men did vote for Trump, so men are going to feel very empowered to be saying their views more clearly now that he is going to be the president. Also, this is a very stressful time, and there are going to be a lot of crazy headlines. We all know that is going to happen. So even if a guy likes Trump, this is a very stressful time for him. So it's a great way for you to observe how he handles stress. However, at the same time, all of this means that the same guys that you were talking to 6 months ago, or even 3 months ago, or even 1 month ago, might be behaving or talking a little differently now that Trump is going to be president, okay? So I really want you to be clocking that. I told the liberal girlies that they might consider the leaving the US. I think that's a really good idea for them and not going to Canada, okay? I don't think that you need to leave the US. I don't expect that's something you would even want to do, but if you are thinking about doing that for any reason, I can tell you there are Trump guys, there are conservative guys all around the world who are not American who would be thrilled to marry a Trump girl, okay? If you want me to talk more about that, let me know. Please drop it in the comments right now so that you don't forget by the time I get to the end of this video. Overall, this would seem like it is a much easier time for you to date and meet your husband and meet men that you align with, and maybe it is an easier time, but it comes with a bit of caution. I would like you to focus on not so much connecting with a guy based on a shared love for Trump. And there's a reason why I say that, because marriage is a very long time. The most important thing is not Trump or even politics. I want you to believe me on this. This is very, very important. I don't want you to put politics as the number one thing that you connect with a man on. It's you and how your husband treats you, how he regards and cherishes and treasures you. So try, if you can, to keep your conversations with men away from politics, even if you agree, okay? Of course, clock what he's saying and have fun talking about stuff. And, there are going to be some crazy headlines. So we're not going to avoid this, okay? It's going to be a balance that you're going to have to figure out how to strike. But more than anything, observe how he is making you feel. Even if he agrees with you on Trump, one day Trump is going to go away. One day Trump is not going to be president anymore. Someday somebody else is going to be president and you are still going to be married to this guy, and he's going to maybe disagree with who is president at the next time, or some other world event is going to happen, okay? Marriage is a very long time. A lot of world events are going to happen. So many things are going to happen during your marriage. And so you want to know that even if you disagree with him during this world event or that world event or whatever else is going on in the world, that he is treating you with respect and love and cherishing your feelings. That is how men show that they really love a woman, by cherishing her feelings. Okay? So what I want you focused on, I don't want you focused on the news of the world or what the liberal women are doing, okay? And how conservatives are better than liberals and handling things better or whatever. I don't want you doing that. I want your head out of that world. I low-key think that your best bet is being with a guy who is not super politically charged at all, but he is mostly concerned with providing for his future family and making sure that you have what you need. A guy who is super focused on the outside world and always talking about it might be neglecting things in his own life and using politics as an escape. A guy who is helping his elderly next door neighbor is probably going to be a better husband in the long run, instead of a guy who is reading the news and knowing every development, in fact, about what's going on with national justice. Okay. Unless you know Trump personally and you guys are going to be having dinner with him regularly, these developments are far outside of your world and your future home that you're going to build and have sovereignty over inside of your home. With all of that said, though, this is the perfect time to meet a wonderful, politically conservative guy who is looking for a wife and starting a family. If it's something that he's wanted for the last few years, he might have been too bummed out because of politics, and now he's really happy and he's excited about the future. And so he has a renewed hope for getting married and building a legacy. Gyms, going to the gym might be a really good place to go to start to encounter and maybe meet these conservative guys right now, because they are full of testosterone, full of energy, full of hope for the future. And a lot of them have started going back to the gym or going to the gym more than they used to. Okay, so a little tip for you there. For the Christian ladies, if we have any here, I want you to be really encouraged that church attendance might go up for men during this time. This is my personal prediction. So even though church was not a good place to meet men in the past, because for men, church attendance was going down all over the country for decades. And there's a reason for that I'm not going to go into in this video, but there is a chance that church attendance might increase in the next few years. So you might consider seeing if there's a church in your area that you might start going to, because there might actually be men there this time. The great thing about church is you can see how he interacts with other people, get to know him slowly over time, maybe even have elder women in the church observing him for you. These social groups can really help when it comes to vetting a husband. However, I want you always on your baseline of how he makes you feel, how you feel with him, and trusting your feelings, and never taking someone else's word, even if it's someone in the church that you love and trust very much, never taking their word for how you should feel about him, okay? Especially before you're married. Does he make you feel safe to bring up uncomfortable topics? Does he respect when you don't want to talk about something or when you don't want to do something? Does he always want you to feel comfortable and safe? These are the things that I want you to look for. This is a really exciting time for people who like Trump and who are dating for marriage, and it can be an absolutely wonderful time to find the love of your life and start a beautiful journey together. I hope this video was helpful. I love you so much, and no matter how you feel about Trump, we are going to get through this together, and I want you to get your guy, a guy that aligns with your values, a guy that you want to spend the rest of your life with, who makes you feel like an absolute queen, okay? I love you. If this did help you, type peace in the comments to get invited to my live training, Peaceful Dating in Political Chaos, where I break down everything you'll need for the next 4 years to leave singlehood behind and find your husband.